Welcome back to the channel, everyone. This is your host, Simon, and we are here again with another video of some shrub work. To boil this video down, pretty much I was asked to bring the shrubs that you can see behind me and the ones you see as the video goes along on the opposite side of the steps. Bring them down below the windowsill and pretty much just neaten them up a little bit. So that's what the customer requested, and that's what I did. And just to be 100% with you, a lot of bushes, depending on how long they've been growing and how long you've gone without actually trimming or shaping them, and this is just my opinion, don't beat me up too bad on it, but it's kind of hard sometimes reshaping shrubs. I kid you not. I did do these shrubs a while ago. Matter of fact, it was way over in last year. I just didn't record them. But these shrubs have grown a lot since the last time I did them. And it's not by choice. It's just, when the customer actually, requested. This customer does their own yard work, so that's one reason why, and there's nothing wrong with that. But when someone needs me to come along and help out and say, hey, can you do it for me, I'll be there to do it. I'll do the best of my abilities and try to make sure that they're happy with the end results. So sit back, enjoy this video. If you have not already done so, you know the deal. If you've returned to the channel several times and have not subscribed, please do so today on this video. A perfect time to do so. If you enjoy this content here today and the topics that are discussed, leave me a thumbs up as well. That will also be greatly appreciated on the channel. So again, sit back, kick your feet up, enjoy this oddly satisfying video of some shrub work by Grant's Lawn Care. And I'll chime back in here as normal with some topics. So let's go. So I believe I ended up discovering exactly what was wrong with the microphone, and I'm going to say user error as of today. I did not realize that you had to charge not only the microphone itself but also the receiver. I glanced over the actual instructions. I didn't really read them, so that's a main reason why I didn't realize that. And I thought I almost broke the receiver end. You know, those iPhone ends are very flimsy. Depends on, you know, what company and where the product comes from. And I thought I broke it, and I thought for sure it was out of commission. But I took it home because I was trying to use it here in this video. I took it home and plugged the receiver end up, and a red light came on, indicating that it was charging. So while it was charging, I went and got another microphone, turned it on, because 2 came in the pack. And sure enough, it started picking up audio through the microphone. So maybe the third or the fourth time will be the charm with this microphone. I think it's going to be the third time with this microphone. But all in all, I think once I figured out it's going to actually be excellent. As this video began, I was actually talking, thinking that, hey, I was being recorded by the microphone, and I actually wasn't. And if you go back to a couple of other videos, I was thinking I was being recorded, and I actually wasn't. So now, you know, pop myself on the hand. Hey, you know, read the instructions. You know, I see what I believe was the issue. So hopefully the next time I shoot a video and I put it out there, it'll be loud and clear and crispy audio 100% through the microphone and the receiver on the phone. And as everyone knows, that when you're out here recording these videos and you have these phones on tripods, I'm just speaking on the phone's behalf because that's what I'm recording 99% of my videos with, they get hot. When you go back to your tripod to move your phone or pause the video so you can get ready to go to another angle, excuse me, these phones are extremely hot. And I ran into the issue last year when I was doing some recording that I was trying to get the phone and the tripod placed out of the sun because, excuse me, the first thing it does in that sunlight is heat up even faster, and you'll think you're recording, and the whole time the video has stopped and the phone is throwing a message up with the temperature sign saying phone is overheating, can't be used. You know, let phone cool off or whatever it says before use. So, man, all in all, I'm saying all that to say this technology stuff, I don't think that the ones of you who shoot your videos with a GoPro or whatever have this many problems, but shooting content, and this is a topic that's on just about every video, this is like a very difficult task. I'll mention this again because his words are very true. In the words of Big Son, if you want something to go wrong, set up a camera. Put a video camera in your presence to do videos, and something's gonna go wrong. So, learning this technology stuff, I am still learning it, so bear with me as this journey just continues to grow and get a little bit better. And playing around actually on my video editing app, I use the iMovie app. I discovered a little bit more editing tactics on it. So a lot of this stuff I try to, you know, do the basic of basic on it because I don't really know how to do all of those extra, you know, pop-ups on the videos and all that other extravagant stuff that people do. I just don't know how to do it. And I don't have a laptop or anything to actually take the time to do all that editing. On iMovie, you can't really do but so much editing. So, you know, that's you know, the end of that story right there. Is this technology stuff is transforming so fast daily, and the room for error is great. So, you know, you learn every time you pick up your phone or whatever you use out here for content. To me, I learn something daily. The other day, and I'm gonna wrap this topic up, I thought I was recording a regular video of myself, you know, blowing off the property to finish up my last video. Went back and watched the video. The whole thing was in slow-mo mode. I just heard the hee-haw in my ears. So all in all, pack your patience when it comes to mess with this stuff out here in this field, trying to get content, because it can get very aggravating. So just stepping off the topic of lawn care, as I did in a video not too long ago, but I just want to ask everybody who's made it this far, what is your downtown hobby? What is something that you do when you've got everything complete? I'll just speak for lawn care for this topic. Once you finish all your routes, you caught up on your book work and everything, what do you do in your downtime? What's your get away from the work aspect once you've completed everything you need to do? Speaking personally for myself, my downtime, the older I get, my downtime is just finding something that just brings me peace. Whether if it's watching an old TV show or even doing a crossword puzzle. I've been told by many people I'm just an old soul. I went to Dollar Tree with my family a few months ago, and I came across a crossword puzzle book, and I ended up picking up 2. And you just don't know, for me, it's just a very entertaining hobby. You're finding words, of course, and then when you find words, you can look at what the meaning is now, at the click of a few buttons on your cell phone or whatever you got in front of your laptop or computer, and see exactly what the word is you found, what it means, or where it originates from, or how can you add it to your vocabulary. I know a lot of times expanding your vocabulary is something that a lot of us don't think about, but it can be a good thing. I mean, if you can expand your vocabulary, and you never know who you may come in contact with, and you can throw out a couple of big fancy words yourself and actually use them correctly. Hey, you might do something just great enough to impress whoever you're talking to, and may open up an opportunity for you. But anyway, on top of just doing crossword puzzles, listening to music, and a lot of times I realize that there's so many songs out here that I discover just by coming to either somebody's channel who's actually got the music playing as a background, or scrolling on Instagram, and people have songs, on their storyline, their feed, whatever the case may be, their reels more than likely. And I'll hear a song, a little catchy tune, and next thing you know, hey, I found a new song that I like. Because if you listen to the radio today, the same songs are played on a loop every 10 minutes. It's the same song. And I personally just don't understand how the radio is getting away with that, or what the audience numbers are about, this, because I'm guarantee you, if you don't have like some other way of getting your music or entertainment, if you listen to your local radio station, you're going to hear the same 5 or 6 songs in a loop within an hour, on top of the hour, on top of the hour. But getting back on topic, another thing that I do in my downtime is there is a spot not too far away from my house, and I can go and sit there, and I can be alone, and I can decompress. I can clear my thoughts. I can hear myself actually think. I don't have anybody in my ear, over my shoulder. I'm at peace. I'm sitting in an open lot, and the only thing that is surrounding me is nature. And I'll go there and I'll sit there 15, 20 minutes, sometimes even an hour, and just process things. Sometimes you need that open, space just to actually hear yourself think. And, a lot of times I catch myself forgetting a lot of things throughout the week now, because so much comes at you from Sunday to Sunday for 7 days a week, depending on what your lifestyle is or whatever. so many things come at you during that time span that I realize now what the older folks say, you're going to start forgetting things if you don't write it down. And I hate to say that, but I'm young, but I'm getting to the point now to where I'm like looking around sometimes saying, did I do this? Did I do that? What route do I have this week? Did I do the simplest of things that I was supposed to do type of deal? Because, not only are we trying to run a business, but when you got family and friends and another job and all of that on top of actually just trying to be, there for your own self, sometimes we put ourselves last. And it's not by choice. It's just sometimes that's the reaction that we have. And once we realize, oh snap, we put ourselves off so many times, so many different times for others, it sometimes can kick in a bit of frustration because now you feel like I'm always there for others. I'm putting myself, on the back burner, yada, yada, yada. You know the spill. But I'm saying all that to say this for this topic, Don't hesitate to stop, pause, find a hobby, find something that brings you peace. After you've done a lot of work, after you've done a lot of interacting with people, after you've just, had enough is enough, find yourself a hobby that brings you some type of peace after, being involved in so many different aspects of daily life. Because we all need a getaway and a separation from business. That's just the bottom line. You gotta have some type of happy medium, some type of pause, some type of something that'll bring you a mellow feeling before you get back out here and start doing things all over again. So hopefully that topic made sense to you. Hopefully you take something away from it. We'll be back here in just a few moments to wrap this video up and get you guys on your way. So as I wrap this video up, I just want to thank you all for who made it this far in the video. Thank you for your time, for watching it to the end. There's one subscriber, two tops that I know will watch it completely through to the end, maybe a handful more, but there's two who I know for sure that watch everything to the end and, bring my topics up in comments in the comment section. But a big thank you to everyone. I'm finally over 600 subscribers. I'm happy with that. I'm hoping to be at 700 here soon, 800, and eventually, at 1,000. So, that's just my goal. And I want to keep speaking it on here because it means a lot to me for people to take the time to actually subscribe to the channel. And actually, it lets me know that I'm doing something good on here. So thank you for watching all the way up until this point. Thank you for watching all the way to the end. If you made it all the way to the end, if you made it to this point, drop some fire truck emojis in the comments below. That'll let me know, if you made it that far. And sometimes people don't even make it that far because you can skip and read transcripts. YouTube just have so many different ways that people can fast forward through your videos and listen to and watch what they want to. But I'm just asking that favor. Just give me that fair chance to earn that subscription from you, earn that thumbs up from you, and I'll keep doing my best with the content that I have and that I can continue to shoot to bring to this platform. As I said before, this is a journey, and it started off a little bit rough. For those of you who didn't watch my very first video, I went from just talking on the mic talking on camera, not really showing much action, and switched it up finally. Once I started recording myself doing jobs and work, because I did a question and answer one time, what would you like to know? The question was, what gets you more views on your channel? And it was, randomly just talking on your camera, not showing any work or showing work or whatever. But once I picked up the camera and started filming and showing everything that I do, You know, a lot of things picked up. So that's what I'm going to keep doing. You know, rather if the yard is the same yard or not, I'm going to just keep picking it up and keep bringing good topics and earning my audience. So let's get this video wrapped up. The best thing about this customer right here that I was doing, didn't have to drive. All I had to do was walk across the yard. Got it taken care of, put everything on my tarp, and brought it home. I ain't gonna kid you, I drug everything home on my tarp, and that was it. You know, those close jobs are very easy to do, and some of them can be pretty profitable, and you don't have to turn a key. So just be mindful that sometimes a job can fall right in your lap, right across the street from you, or right across the neighborhood from you, whatever the case may be. So hope you enjoyed again, and this video is concluding. I want to give a big thank you again for I'm not sure exactly who ended up being my 600 subscriber, but thank you for whomever it was that got me over that threshold. I greatly appreciate it, and stay tuned. That's all I can say is stay tuned to the channel. And I'm out of here. Like, share, and subscribe again if you haven't already done so to the channel. Grant Lawn Care out of here. Peace. Got everything taken care of. I didn't really mess with these per se, but got everything looking good. These bushes ain't been, I did them a while ago, but to me, some bushes are hard to shape or whatnot. But like I said, all I was asked to do was drop a lot of things below the windowsill, and I did. All of that green stuff there wasn't told to take care of. Property owner actually does a lot of outdoor things anyway, so I did what I was asked. I think it looks pretty good. The video ain't gonna be the best quality, but everything opened up so they can get behind the bushes like I asked. Everything back here opened up. This little guy right here ain't even cared that I was working. Just sleeping away. Thank y'all for tuning in.